The purpose of human life is to serve and to show compassion and the will to help others. There are two means of refuge from the miseries of life: music and cats. Until he extends the circle of his compassion to all living things, man will not himself find peace. Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing. The only ones among you who will be really happy are those who will have sought and found how to serve. Ethics is nothing else than reverence for life. The great secret of success is to go through life as a man who never gets used up. A man does not have to be an angel to be a saint. Happiness is nothing more than good health and a bad memory. Life becomes harder for us when we live for others, but it also becomes richer and happier. Man has lost the capacity to foresee and to forestall. He will end by destroying the earth. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. The first step in the evolution of ethics is a sense of solidarity with other human beings. Do something wonderful, people may imitate it. To think out in every implication the ethic of love for all creation. This is the difficult task which confronts our age. Reverence for life affords me my fundamental principle of morality. The true worth of a man is not to be found in man himself, but in the colors and textures that come alive in others. The greatest discovery of any generation is that a human can alter his life by altering his attitude. Whoever saves a life, saves the world entire. Example is leadership. The highest proof of the Spirit is love. It is through the idealism of youth that man catches sight of truth, and in that idealism, he possesses a wealth which he must never exchange for anything else. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Wherever you turn, you can find someone who needs you. Truth has no special time of its own. Its hour is now, always. Humanitarianism consists in never sacrificing a human being to a purpose. All great thoughts have a ridiculous beginning. Faith is not merely a commitment to the promises of Christ. Faith is also a commitment to the demands of Christ. Think occasionally of the suffering of which you spare yourself the sight. In everyone's life, at some time, our inner fire goes out. It is then burst into flame by an encounter with another human being. We should all be thankful for those people who rekindle the inner spirit. The ethical man knows he must act without considering whether his action will be noticed or not. Every patient carries her or his own doctor inside. Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out. Seek always to do some good somewhere. Ethics is in its unqualified form, extended responsibility with regard to everything that has life. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Joy, sorrow, tears, lamentation, laughter. To all these, music gives voice. A good conscience is a continual Christmas. I don't know what your destiny will be, but one thing I do know. The only ones among you who will be really happy are those who have sought and found how to serve. Reverence for life brings us into a spiritual relationship with the world which is independent of all knowledge of the universe. An optimist is a person who sees a green light everywhere, while a pessimist sees only the red light. But the truly wise person is colorblind. The greatest thing is to give thanks for everything. He who has learned this knows what it means to live. Joy in living comes from a sense of fulfillment. Our greatest duty is to give joy to those we love. One who gains strength by overcoming obstacles possesses the only strength which can overcome adversity. By respect for life, we become religious in a way that is elementary, profound, and alive. The ideal of man is to live for the welfare of humanity. Happiness is the only thing that multiplies when you share it. If a man loses his reverence for any part of life, he will lose his reverence for all of life. Every act of love is a work of peace, no matter how small. The human spirit is not dead. It lives on in secret. Man must cease attributing his problems to his environment and learn again to exercise his will, his personal responsibility. Ethics alone can be the foundation of a new society, and ethics can only exist where there is love. The interior joy we feel when we have done a good deed is the nourishment the soul requires. We must fight against the spirit of unconscious cruelty with which we treat the animals. Animals suffer as much as we do. Nature composes some of her loveliest poems for the microscope and the telescope. In solitude, where we are least alone. Goodness means to maintain a spirit of not merely serving but also loving others. There is no higher religion than human service. A man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished. Truth is not always popular, but it is always right. Ethical behavior requires that human beings exercise care toward all living beings. The beginning of thought is in disagreement, not only with others but also with ourselves. Let your light shine. Shine within you so that it can shine on someone else. Love is the only thing that can save us. We need a boundless ethic which will include the animals also. Hope is the pillar that holds up the world. When we take time to help others, we discover our own strength. No ray of sunlight is ever lost, but the green that it awakens into existence needs time to sprout. Compassion grows with the ability to love. The way you think determines the way you feel, and the way you feel determines the way you act.